Skunks. It's an oily eruption, so stinky that it'll make your nose want to close up shop and your eyes burn and water. You can even taste the foulness. And the bringer of these bad tidings? A sweet, cuddly critter with a kind heart and two powerful stink bomb glands. Sweet but smelly. Skunks are actually pretty nice little stinkers, and when they are happy, they smell just fine. But they don't like getting pushed around, and they don't like anything bigger than they are. Unfortunately for our noses, lots of things are bigger than they are. When skunks feel threatened, they have a not-so-secret weapon, and they're not afraid to use it. Let's say you're walking through the woods, and you find yourself in a face-off with a skunk. Since you are a lot bigger than a skunk, the skunk naturally feels threatened. Admit it, you'd feel that way too if you ran into someone who was 20 times taller than you. The skunk hopes that you will go away. Only problem is you're now too terrified to move. The skunk stamps the ground with its feet. Its teeth may chatter. In skunk talk, this all means, "Get out of here now, you idiot." But fool that you are, you stand there, feet still glued to the ground. So the skunk moves on to phase 2, raising its bushy tail, but the tip is still limp. What do? Quick, run! There's still time. Still terrified to move? When the tip of the tail stiffens, you've got your final warning. The trick was to move away before that happened. Now you're in real trouble. So what's next? Bang, bang. You're it. You stink. Armed with enough ammunition for 4 or 5 shots, able to shoot as far as 12 feet, the skunk lets loose an oily golden liquid that it keeps stored in 2 grape-sized sacs embedded in the muscle tissue beneath its tail. A little tube extends from each of these sacs to the skunk's butt. Each ends in a nipple kind of like the ones you've got on your chest, but these are inside of the skunk's butt. A sphincter muscle holds the whole thing shut. When the skunk gets scared, it moons its enemy and then relaxes the sphincter muscle while tightening the muscles around the sac and lets go. Out comes a stream of that oily, noxious fluid. Noxious means really stinky. That's so strong it can make you sick to your stomach and cause temporary blindness if it gets in your eyes. And skunks, except for baby ones, have perfect aim. Fortunately for the next person who trips over the little fella, that skunk will not be able to skunk anyone else anytime soon. It takes a skunk between 1 and 10 days to recharge. Does that make you feel any better? Most animals figure out early on that any meeting with a skunk is basically a no-win situation. The biggest, meanest bear that comes face to face with a delicate little skunk will haul tail and get out of the way fast. Let's face it, a little cowardly behavior beats temporarily blinded by a shot of skunk spray. The exception to this rule of animal behavior is the dog, who just never seems to get with the program. But what do you expect from something that drinks from the toilet bowl? What if you get skunked? Take a bath in tomato juice, right? Wrong. That really doesn't work that well. This strange custom started because skunk stink is caused by a substance in the musk called mercaptan, a very strong base. A base is the chemical opposite of an acid. When you mix a base and an acid together, they sort of cancel each other out. Tomato juice has a lot of acid in it, so it seems like it should cancel out the mercaptan, but it just doesn't work well enough. That's because the skunk's stinky stuff is also full of oil and sticks to everything it touches. So you have to break down the oily part too. Try this remedy instead. Fill a bathtub with warm water and a few squirts of dishwashing liquid. Add some water to half a cup of baking soda and mix it into a paste. Now toss the offending body, whether that's you or your dog or cat, into the tub and rub the mixture all over. Follow with the vinegar rinse, then rinse all that off with soap and water. This works a whole lot better than tomato juice. But guess what works best? A campfire. Wood smoke is the perfect natural antidote. Within minutes, the smoke will suck away all that skunky smell. The smoke works in 2 ways. A substance in smoke called creosote is very acidic, so it neutralizes the base. The smoke also seeps into any organic materials like fabric, hair, or skin it comes in contact with. So that's why your clothes always smell so well, smoky, when you've been hanging around a campfire. Anyway, which would you rather smell like, a campfire or skunk butt? The skunk files. Skunks are only 2 inches long when they are born. They have no hair, but their skin sports the black and white pattern that the hair will have when it grows in. A baby skunk can spray its musk by the age of 1 month. A skunk can eat live bees and wasps. Next to cars, a skunk's most dangerous animal is the owl. Owls lack a sense of smell, so they don't give a hoot about how bad a skunk stinks. Why are there so many dead skunks on the road? Skunks simply won't run away from danger, even when that danger is a 4,000-pound pickup truck moving at 60 miles an hour. They just haven't figured out that cars don't have noses and aren't threatened by that raised tail. Skunks used to belong to the same family as ferrets, weasels, otters, and badgers. The fancy Latin name for that family is Mustelid. Scientists now think skunks are different enough to have their very own family, which means foul-odored ones in Latin. There are 3 main types of skunks: spotted, striped, and hog-nosed. Their markings are each a little different, but their stinkiness is the same.